It's a long, multifaceted question, but I think it all belongs together, so I will read it out in one go. Why are art journals so often pictures of pretty women? Is that the artist's rendition of self, or a wish to look that way, or an obsession with women? Very interesting, multi-layered question there.
Yes.
Again, I don't think I can speak for everyone, what everyone does. I can only speak for what I do and why I do it. I think when I started, it was all about, I learned how to paint a female face. That is the class I took, how to paint a female face. So that is what I did. And it wasn't deliberate. It was just, that's just what I was doing. I wasn't very good at it. I was practicing. And now that I've been doing it for many years and I'm creating art in my own style, I would say that I am very interested in the feminine. I am very interested in what it means to be female. So that's why I paint women, although I don't necessarily think I paint beautiful women. I just paint female faces, female forms. But you might find this interesting to answer because you do more kind of androgynous or male kind of figures as well. So
well, there's just such a long story behind that.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if I can say that in like 20 seconds, but I do question a lot of things. But it's also really in political layers and religion, and also of the gender, being female or male, what all that means to me. So I always try to make these dolls that could be like world folk art, that are not attached to any political vision or any religion or gender or anything. Often they look like they're Caucasian by skin tone, but when you dig a little deeper, they're often just like more white of porcelain, like they're unpainted. And that's really inspired by Japanese dolls. So I just took things from every folk art I could find and put them in my dolls.
Yeah.
So to me it's not about beauty or anything. I think there's a deeper wish that one day the whole world is just in peace, like heal the world. And there's just so much in my dolls there that I couldn't really answer the question properly, because that's not something that I am necessarily interested in. I'm not interested in female beauty per se.
Yeah, I think I'm interested in the feminine but not female beauty. I'm actually much more interested recently in kind of female ugliness. Not an ugly female, but kind of like how, as women painters and as for myself as a woman who paints female figures, how can I insert into that the not perfect? How can I insert into that the kind of the ugly? I find that a really interesting question. So, and also for me personally, all my art are self-portraits, not on purpose, but they end up being, even if they don't look like me, they are all self-portraits, I think. So
yeah, but from art perspective, I think that the reason why many people paint women is that because, well, just like flowers, really, a female body is often represents beauty.
Yeah.
Like a flower, a female represents life and beauty, and it's just something that she represents.
Yes.
And I think that it's natural for people to
because the world looks.
They love to see pretty things.
Yeah, not just pretty things. I do think that the world looks at women because men look at women and women look at women, and so women are much more looked at than men are.
In another way.
In another way, but not just that they are looked at in another way, but the reverence for beauty and looking at women, I think they go together. That's not really an answer, but that's just something that plays on my mind.
No, I think it's just really fun to. I think that's the reason why. I think the reason why in the art journal world people.
Yeah, that's a good distinction.
Yeah, the reason why people in the art journal world paint women because it's fun. Yeah. I think that's just really the same way as some people like to draw or paint flowers. It's just fun to paint female faces.
Yeah, and also from my point of view, like my art journal group on Facebook, 98% of the audience is women. So it kind of makes sense. If that was more 50-50, we might see more men, but this community, this art journal community, is quite overwhelmingly female. And I think that is another reason why that is what we see, because, you know, everybody expresses what they want to express, and that's kind of how that...
Yeah, but then when we go back to the question, because it was quite a complicated question, why are art journals so often pictures of pretty women? Is that the artist's rendition of self, or a wish to look that way, or an obsession with women? I think art journaling is self-reflection, and I think that painting a face is like a self-reflection, even if it's not you.
Yes.
So I don't think it's an obsession or the wish to look that way, but it's just a way to express the self.
Yes, I think so. Yeah, and like I said, because what I do is always self-portraits, it wouldn't make sense for me to try and it might make sense for me to explore the masculine within a feminine context, but it wouldn't make sense for me personally to start painting men, because that is not that is not my personal experience, and that is not what I personally want to express.
I love to draw men.
Yeah, that's really interesting.
Especially with beards or something. It's really, that's again, I like that because it's fun.
Yeah.
There's no other reason. That it's just fun to paint hairy beards and just make it big noses with moustaches. It's fun.
Yeah, it's like your illustratory side.
Yes,
yeah.
And I don't have any other reason than that. It's fun.
Yeah, whereas for me, when I paint, I'm painting, it's a therapy, basically. So that's, you know, when I'm painting something, I'm never just painting it for fun, basically. So, yeah, interesting.
So very interesting question, really hard to answer, I think.
Yeah, it's a question that's more about having a debate, or like having a think about it, rather than a question that has a concrete answer.
Yeah, that's really interesting though. So maybe you can answer in the comments below this video what you think about this. I would really be interested to read what you think about seeing so many female faces in art journals.
Beautiful female faces as well. Yeah.
So I hope you liked this little debate.
Yes, and please continue the debate in the comments.
Yes, debating about art is always a good thing to do. So thank you so much for watching, and we love to see you again in a next video. Bye! They indeed are that word that I can't pronounce.
Androgynous.
Yes, that's really a tongue breaker if you're Dutch. I'm going to try it anyway. Okay, sure. Androgynous.
Androgynous. Androgynous.
Androgynous. Androgynous.
Androgynous. No, it's a androgynous.
Androgynous.
Endogenous.
Androgynous.
Yeah, androgynous.
Androgynous. Yes, I do paint
that.